with Tim Black.
So where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? Y'all remember that? She got fouled so hard, they kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul.
This is all about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, okay? And I can't get into the sports part of it. I'm going to leave that to the sports people. But I want to get into the social dynamics and the racial elements of that part of the conversation. I think after doing this 13 years, talking about race, talking about these dynamics in all types of media and all types of situations, that gives me a platform to do that. So let's do that. So let's leave out. I'm not going to judge the foul. I'm not going to judge the culture of penalties, but I can judge what's coming out of his mouth and what's going to come out of Ryan's mouth.
Just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her. Who celebrates like that for a flagrant foul on another player if they don't dislike that player? Okay, you want some more evidence? Here's some more evidence. Remember last year when they were talking about who?
Yeah, I just want to point out that RG3 has his wife in the background on purpose. And her being demonstrative, sort of theatrical, leaning into like doing, because I'm married and I do media. Well, we're both, all of us in the media game. So I do all types of content. When do you see my wife in the background when I'm doing a piece of content that's critical of someone, where she is making faces, smiling and laughing in a contentious type when I'm doing a takedown video? So I just want to point out, this very much, in my opinion, based on my experience of doing media for 13 years, having a wife that's here in my studio. We look like he's got a home studio. I got a home studio. Why don't I bring my wife down when I'm talking about, I don't know, Representative McIver and have her in the back? Or when I'm talking about the white woman, Shiloh, she could have been in the back. There's a reason why RG3 did it. That's part of my content here. That's part of what I want to point out. There are those people whose IQ in racial issues and media are so low, they don't even recognize what's being done here. And there are people that know damn well what's being done here, which is antagonizing viewers. It's a thing called engagement farming. That's it.
When I worked with RG3, he would make all of these sort of corny jokes about milk and how much he loved it and how important it was.
Once again, this is engagement farming. When RG3, as a black man, is showing, when he's making posts about the color of his wife's skin, that she's a white woman, he is engagement farming. He knows that in our society, there will be some people that criticize this, that'll be triggered by it one way or another, particularly black women, maybe some black men. This is all intentional.
Feel like they have to go the extra mile to prop up the woman that they're married or the woman that they're with over black women by denigrating black women. I feel like we should have an opportunity to move past that and understand that Angel Reese can be great in her own right, as Caitlin Clark is as well. Caitlin Clark is a likable and lovable superstar. She pays homage to the stars of the past. She pays homage to the black women that have come before her. And now she is carrying the mantle forward. So there's no need to pin those two against each other and paint them based on stereotypical tropes.
Hey, come on, guys. There's a humongous reason to pit them against each other. It's called selling tickets and putting butts in the seats. It's called getting some ink if you're a news commentator or sportscaster. Yeah, it's called coming up. That's what it's called. So there's a lot of reasons, so let's not be naive, man. This is a business, and the business runs on money, and nothing sells in America like race. So now RG3 is going to respond to this. He's upset that Ryan Clark mentioned his wife, that he's married to a white woman, though it's been sort of like a cornerstone. It's like a main feature of RG3's social media footprint, is saying, I got a white wife. Look at her. See? Look how white her skin is. I love milk. Like, that's all intentional. And then when someone brings it up, hey man, you don't even have a black wife, you got a white wife, and you don't understand how Angel Reese, what she's dealing with. He's like, oh, you bring it up, my wife is white. How dare you? It's like, no, you brought it up, right? She's in the video with you, laughing.
Fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family just because you don't agree with a sports opinion that is purely based off the sport. I didn't make it personal. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is.
Yeah, he said it's all a part of the game. And just to admit you are playing a game, RG3. And see, he has to do this while not admitting that what he's doing right now is part of the game. And this part of the game is what I was taught or explained to me from a network partner when they were trying to recruit me to become a part of their network. I ended up leaving. I was with them a very short time. Because all their clients in their network were conservatives, white conservatives. And he was telling me, he was like, you need to lean into the victim thing. That's what conservatives, the part of their growth is doing the victim play. And that's what RG3 is doing. Oh, come on, Ryan. This is disheartening, sad that you would ever invoke the name of my wife, feel attacked and we're insulted, my children. This is so un-American of you. I hope that you can see how troubling this is. They'll attack us in this way. That's part of the game too. But of course, there'll be those who pretend they don't know that that's part of the game.
But Ryan, you crossed the line, man.
Oh, you mean the woman that was back there laughing when he was talking is feeling like she's hurt? Oh, she's not in this one, huh? She's not sitting back there. Oh, I'm sorry. She's troubled. Yeah, you might know something about sports because you were an athlete for several years on a very high level, but that don't mean you know anything about racial dynamics or care. Some of us were here in 2023 when Clark was being just as argumentative and poking the bear, you know, being demonstrative with the whole thing as Reese. But she didn't get nowhere near the amount of backlash. And we should just admit that white people want somebody to root for that looks like them. You know, I'm always reminded of Rocky. Yeah, when the white guys went to see Rocky, they wanted to see Rocky win because Rocky was fighting a black guy. And black guys, when we wanted to see Apollo Creed win because Apollo Creed was fighting a white guy. And that still exists. And it's in the fabric of the country. And then we can't just admit that. It's like the white guys won't admit they want to see a white person winning. Black people, they admit they want to see a black person winning. Like, but then, I don't know, it's weird. It's like we're not being honest about what's driving this. And then when it comes to scrutiny, the white folks who own the media channels and have a larger audience, frankly, they won't admit that they don't call balls and strikes exactly the same because they're biased because they want to see a white person win. And it's lucrative for their base to lean into all the black stereotypes and poke at those stereotypes that are negative about black folks. And it doesn't matter what color you are to do this. In fact, I think the poking at black people with shaming black people as a whole with those negative stereotypes works best if it's coming out of the mouth of a black person, i.e. Candace Owens, i.e. Jesse Lee Peterson, or RG3, or Jason Whitlock.
Ryan, you attacked me and my family in a public forum on a level that shows just how low of a human being you are. You can disagree with me all you want. Challenge my takes, but keep my family and my wife out of it.
Yeah, I'll say, you know, Yeah, Ryan Clark making a jab at his wife was a low blow. He did not have to do that in order to make his point. So, yeah, he didn't need to bring it up. But I do want to point this out because I think it matters, and I don't know why. What the hell, I'll say it. You know, having a black mom and having a black wife are different. You know, because I don't know why people think that just because RG3 has a black mom that he would understand black women. Like, he might understand his mom, but his mom doesn't represent black women. She just represents mom. And the mom and son relationship is not the same thing as woman you're dating. At least I hope not. I'm hoping we know there's a difference. And the things that a parent shares with their child are radically different than what a woman shares with her man or her husband. And as being as though I have a black mom and a black wife, I can tell you the relationships are totally different. And the sharing of realities and truth and all this stuff and what happens. Black moms shield their kids from a lot of what goes on in their lives. If you got a good relationship with your wife, she'll include you. You'll be privy to it in a way that no one else in the world may be privy to it. You'll understand it more. So I don't know, this narrative that just because RG3 came out of a black uterus, he understands black women. Yeah, that don't make sense. That's not it. Like the social dynamics, what happens in the real world, how people move, how things impact them, working in how it is to work in a field that's dominated by certain stereotypes and deal with all that in the media and all this stuff, it might be totally different, you know. So I just want to point it out because I'm hearing a lot of takes that equate mom and wife. They different. Like white people have it so hard in America. Oh, she had to suffer. Listen to Ryan Clark say she's white. Oh my God.
He disagreed with my sports opinion. It's a bad look for him as a man. I hope you get the help you need, brother.
Yo. By the way, this is, just so people know, this is RG3. Now, he just copped his pleas. He's playing the role of someone who's very offended by the critique. Here goes a clip from RG3. This is something he put up on social media that him and his wife shot. When you accidentally take melanin instead of melatonin to fall asleep. This is the level of goofy cornball brother that RG3 is. Yeah. Yeah. So to him, being black and being white is just skin tone. It's not the experiences. He just proved it. His wife took a melanin pill and she wakes up black. But she would be a white woman with a tan. A white woman with darker skin, but not a black woman with black experiences, right? Real quick, let's make sure we understand each other. RG3 and his wife came up with a skit where she becomes black from taking the pill, but she will only look black. She will not be black, which is sort of the point Ryan Clark was trying to make. He made it a little clumsy. It was a little, you know, I don't know how well he was trying to articulate it, but what he was saying was he did say experiences, lived experience that you don't understand at all. You don't have a black woman. What the clip show? It showed just how surface level RG3 and his wife, she's in the skit. She didn't say, hey, I don't want to be in this. This is controversial, Robert. I don't want to rob, you know. No, she is happily in the skit, just like she was happily sitting back there, smiling and drinking coffee, whatever that was, and laughing.
Whenever you think of Angel Reese, people often mention Caitlin Clark. You've said in interviews, there's no beef, but the media keeps going on. So how do you feel about that situation?
Caitlin is an amazing player, and I've always thought she was an amazing player. We've been playing each other since high school. So
yeah, that sounds so hateful, RG3. Gosh, it's so hateful. Why? Gosh, you just said there is no beef.
Just
Oh, and she's an amazing player. How vicious.
the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like I'm talking about people have come down to my address, follow me home. Like it's come down to that.
I don't think that Caitlin Clark is experiencing exactly the same things that Angel Reese is experiencing. I don't know. I'm guessing. I haven't seen an equivalent clip of Caitlin Clark talking about people trying to follow her home and people threatening her life. People need to focus on the talent that we have here in both players. And if we can do that, we'd be great, you know? And we can like or dislike or root for whoever we want. And if we can't get past the fact that we have eyesight and we are victims of the environments we grew up in, where we see color, none of us are colorblind, and we're all impacted, we're all infected with biases about each, at least we can do is admit that. You know, admit when I'm watching Netflix, when I see a black person doing the thing, I stop a little quicker, unless it's like a white actor that I really rock with. But I'll watch a no-name video for a second. I'll stop just because I saw a black face. And when are white people going to admit it's the same way with them? That they do the same thing? It's like, so we never really advance the conversation. Folks, the death threats and the attacks that Angel Reese is getting, she's getting them from white people. Yeah, it's not, everything ain't Elon Musk counterfeiting and making it up. Nah. Everything ain't the algorithm just trying to feed you that. Yeah, but people are creating that content. People are making those comments. This is America. I know you don't want it to be, because you want to now, for some reason, make white guys the people that are being attacked. But yeah, I mean, like once again, there's reality and then there's what you want. RG3's framing this as hate is reckless. I don't think Angel Reese hates Caitlin, and that ain't even the point. These two guys just got into it on a difference of opinion. Clark's personal attack was wrong, but his defense on Reese's points, it points to a real issue. Black women have harsher judgment. They get harsher judgment. Oh God, like why would anybody have to even say that? Like, to me, that should be a given because of the world we live in. Because of the country, because of the social dynamics of America. We don't already know that. We're not accepting that. No one calls white women DEI hires when they're the biggest beneficiary of DEI upgrades. They actually went from 3% of management employees to like 19% during the DEI reign. And still, when the conservatives like Jason Whitlock and those types talk about DEI, they show you Angel Reese or Joy Reid or Jasmine Crockett. When there's Dana Bash, Jen Psaki, there's a lot of others that I can't even name. Like the two white girls on The View. So we need to be smarter, fairer, commentators, respect history, and keep the focus on the court, or at least be honest enough to say, you can't be unbiased. Guys, give me a like for this content if you think it has some points, some validity. I'd like to know what you think in the comment section below. Is RG3 a cornball brother? Yeah, that's my question. I know I should elevate the conversation, but I really want to know what people think. Let me be serious. Can we admit that we got some racial baggage in this country, and that if the media can play this up with Caitlin Clark and with Angel Reese, that the WNBA benefits. And when they play it up, those news entities benefit. But who doesn't benefit? Angel Reese. She gets vilified. No one's going to vilify Caitlin Clark. Get it? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Who's the villain? Who's going to get villainized? Give me a 1 if you think it's Angel Reese. Give me a 0 if you think it's Caitlin Clark. Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.